Well, Laura is here with me in the studio. Fascinating report you put together there. I mean, $300 billion. Really, that's the size of the potential market here.
That's in the UK. And globally, 1 in 7 people are disabled. And more importantly, 80% of them are of working age. So this is a huge spending power that has yet to be harnessed by many businesses. And when we're talking about the purple pound there, we're not just talking about disabled consumers, we're talking about their friends and their family. So there's a knock-on effect here that really has yet to be harnessed.
Given those figures, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer that it hasn't been harnessed.
Yeah. The simple answer to that is accessibility. So if you're not able to get into a shop, if there isn't a ramp, or there aren't big enough corridors, if there isn't a big enough disabled changing room, if you go into a restaurant and the disabled toilet is downstairs, you're not going to be using those businesses. So accessibility is so simple but so important. Another thing is information. If you're not able to find the information on, or if the websites aren't set up for people with hearing or sight impairments, you're not going to be able to get that information as well.
And am I right that some companies look at this and are slightly fearful of actually just getting it wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I think I was speaking to Scope, which is a disability charity, and various disabled campaigners, and there is a fear of afraid to say the wrong thing, or staff attitudes afraid to do the wrong thing, and so then they largely ignore businesses. And when you're coming back to Sophie's Man Equal, the reason why she designed it was to feel included. And if you're a shopper and you see a mannequin sitting on a wheelchair, and that reflects who you are, so you're going to want to use that shop. So that comes back to what she's really trying to do.
And it was interesting listening to her talking about the Paralympics, because around that time you saw a real focus on this, but as she was saying, it rather dissipated, didn't it?
Yeah, it's not just that businesses are ignoring them. During the Paralympics, there was this huge surge of positivity and optimism, and some businesses were quite successful in harnessing that. Maltesers is a great example of this. They had 3 adverts. We're watching one of them now. This is my favorite. It's 3 girls, they're chatting about a boy, and then it's not until the end that you see that the girl uses a wheelchair, and it's subtle, and it focuses on inclusion rather than focusing on their differences. And I think that's what businesses have yet to harness.
Yes, because right to the end, you're seeing this advert, and of course...
there she is, yeah.
The twist there in terms of the advert, and I suppose that delivering a message and a very, very interesting campaign. So we'll keep an eye on this one and see how they get along. Laura, thanks very much for coming in and telling us more about what you put together. There's plenty more coming up. We'll talk again about the travel ban. We speak to Pakistan's former Interior Minister, what he thinks about Donald Trump's controversial travel order. All that coming up in a moment or two.